XIlyana here, environmentalist, human rights activist, disabled American veteran, and military sexual trauma survivor. I'm having rough times. These are tough times for me. It really is, because I have terrible PTSD. And every time I try to go outside, there's always an issue. Hi, Jaden. Long time no see. I've been taking a break. I hope you've been well. I've had a tough time dealing with my PTSD and going outside, because every time I go outside, it's always some woman blocking me, or some woman in my way or in my space for no goddamn reason. And I can't say, oh, well, this is my space, therefore you can't be here. And I fucking hate that. Because I should have the right, after being sexually abused by the United States military, to say, you know what? Never again. Never again. I'm going to change my life. I'm going to change my lifestyle so I can live a life with just myself, or maybe just a bunch of guys, and just live that life. Live that truth. Live that life. And instead of that, the VA moved me to a reservation. Let's just call it what it is. It's a reservation for brown people. So I'm stuck here, and I wear my Scottish kilt, but I can only really feel comfortable wearing that in certain hours, because there's not that many people out, and at that hour, it's just people just blinking, and like they can't believe their eyes. One guy took a picture, and I don't know, he did stuff with that. Whatever floats your boat, dude. But either way, I just try to take my dog for a walk. My dog was asking for a walk, and what am I gonna do? She takes care of me 24/7. She takes care of me before she takes care of herself. Selfless girl. So if she wants to go for a walk, obviously the answer is always yes. So we go for a walk, and dump number one, someone pulls up beside me. It's a FedEx driver, but he pulls up beside me, gets out, and it's a big burly guy. And, like normally I would be like, that's kind of hot, but I'm also saying my dog is taking a shit right there. It's not a sexy situation. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say, because it's not sexy. And I don't even know if I want to be in a sexy mood, because I'm really damaged right now, and I really don't want someone in my life when I'm this damaged. Hi, Aqua. Nice to see you. Joey, no, I have PTSD from military sexual trauma. The American government sanctioned sexual torture against an American citizen. I have an open case with the Department of Justice. I have an open case for a civil lawsuit, and I have an open case with the Human Rights Commission. So this is some serious shit. But thank you for your contribution. Take a nice little time out. No offense, I'm just not in the mood for it. If you change how you talk to me, maybe, you can stay in here longer. Fine. All right. Aqua, hi. Yeah, I'm having a rough time, because the VA say, the Veteran Affairs has made the statement that there's a difference of opinion on my PTSD. The fact that I run into traffic to get away from women doesn't mean shit to them. The fact that I spend most of my time screaming, because dump number one was me just feeling super uncomfortable. Dump number two was because my dog was trying to reach where she could easily have me pick it up and then put it into a bin. But then, of course, some woman just decided that she was just gonna just hang out there and just, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, "You fucking cunt!" And I hate saying that because it's just, I don't own that bin. I don't want to own a bin. I mean, of all the things to own in your life and say, oh, some people have a pile of gold. I have a bin you can chuck stuff in. That is not it. But either way, I hate this situation because you never know in this situation. You never really know. You never know if that person is sent to specifically antagonize you or is just a regular person who happens to be in your way. And that's a huge problem. Like, I've never had to deal with this in my life. I've never had to deal with this in my life because before the military, I was an Alvin dancer. I was, someone who was just trying their hardest to get through life. But I made this mistake of joining the military, and I've been paying for it ever since. I put my trust in them that they would be honorable people, but they injured me. And then they wouldn't let me go. That's the problem. And I have a Department of Justice and civil case and everything. So this is for the lawyers to handle. It really is. But you injured me, but not to the point where I couldn't get on a fucking plane and just leave you. You were very adamant in the United States that you were going to keep me here to sexually abuse me. So here's what's going to happen. I'm just going to leave. I'm going to leave and let my lawyers duke this out, and then let the United Nations duke it out with America over this. Instead of putting myself in a situation where I'm screaming at people in the street for being in my way when truly I'm the one that is in their way. I'm, extremely uncomfortable because my dog decided of all the places that she was going to shit, because she couldn't shit where that bin was, where it would have been more convenient. So she shits in front of this family, little child is there, maybe father, and then the mother's there, but she's got like a tennis racket and she's holding it over her head. And I'm like, I have to stand right there where there's a woman almost threatening me with a weapon just by her posture. Not threatening me, physically, I guess, but I am letting my dog shit directly in front of them. And it's just an awkward situation of, hello, I'm a stranger and my dog is walking in this area and I have PTSD. It makes me uncomfortable. And then you have your family and you see me and that makes you uncomfortable because I'm a stranger in front of your place. Where are my fucking disability benefits, America? Where are my disability benefits so I can live by myself? Where? Because I had to be extremely rude to this employee who's been knocking on my door and freaking me out and tell her, look, I have military sexual trauma. There's no reason for us to interact. I don't care if it's your job. You're not going to fucking come near me. I didn't say that exactly like that because I'm not a complete asshole. But I did tell her that if she even comes near me in any regard, I, will file yet another report with the Department of Justice. Because this is abuse. This is abuse because every time that I say to myself, you know, I want to leave, I say, oh, but then I have appointments here. And if I go to my appointments and be a good little American veteran and hobble my way there with my busted ass legs and my disability of PTSD, freaking out every time a woman comes near me because I was sexually assaulted in Los Angeles as well. And they have the gall to say to me, well, we have a difference of opinion. It's like, no, no, no. Because you also say that I have PTSD. And you also say that it's because of the military service. Pay me. Pay me. Because the real value is not the money. It's the ability to fucking shut my door and say, bitches are on the other side of it. I'm over here. And I say bitches because when you're trying to break into my apartment, you're not a friendly neighbor woman trying to get through her life. When you're trying to break into my apartment, you're just a fucking cunt. Cool? That's what that is. And I don't want to be that way. I don't want to live my life so fucking angry at women that I can't see that there are some women who had nothing to do with me. They just want to live their life. But I can't operate on that because if I sit down, that's reason for a woman to lunge at me? No, thank you. No, thank you. LA women are fucking bonkers. Nutty, nutty women. They lunge at people. They grope them in public. Literally, I sat down and some elderly woman came on and she sat down next to me and she kept trying to talk to me and I wasn't giving her the time of day because it's like, woman, I'm not your fucking grandkid. I don't fucking know you. We're brown together, but I don't fucking know you. But she reached over and she just grabbed my crotch, just fondled my fucking crotch. And it's just, you know what? No. No means no. America, no means no. So here's what's going to happen. The UN is going to fucking have a conversation with the United States about the sexual abuse and torture of their own citizens. Because it's a war crime. It's a war crime to do all this. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this show, this podcast. I'm going to keep having these conversations, and yeah, they're going to be loud, they're going to be fucking screamy, they're going to be shrill, and they're just going to be filled with the venom and rage of a person who, I fucking live here. You don't have to fucking like me. You can just ignore me, or you could say, you know what, you were sexually assaulted, you were sexually abused, just live by yourself. Just live alone. Because if America isn't going to do the honorable thing and give me my disability benefits so I can do so, then fuck you people. Then fuck you. You know, I have change.org/Kentucky needs you. None of you people even want to sign that to protect fucking Kentuckians from having their water contaminated. None of you see that as a major issue. Then fuck you. Okay, I will take my environmental justice-minded philosophy to another country that might be a bit more conducive to that. Because I'm just not going to waste my time in a country that would rather poison the water of its own people than admit that there is a problem there. Like, you voted the people in office who are now poisoning your water. Like, if that isn't an incentive to just leave on its own, I don't know what is. Because if they're doing that in Kentucky, what the fuck do you think they're doing in your state? What the fuck do you think they're doing in your country? Because everyone has always been under this assumption that when it came to the government, that you elect people because you're too busy. You're too busy to run the nation. You're too busy to run the city. You're too busy to run your town. You're too busy to really even run your own households. So you let politicians tell you who you can fuck, who you can marry, who you can, talk to, and how your kids are raised. You let politicians decide that for you. And you say that this isn't a dictatorship because you elected these people, and when they work against you and say, yeah, but, gay marriages is now legal. Now legal. But how many decades did it go without that? I mean, we talk about transgender rights as if, it's a yes or no issue. It's, are they American? Yes. Then mind your fucking business. It's not a join a movement or, learn to be woke. It's, are they American citizens? Yes or no. And if that needs to go to the Supreme Court, let it go to the fucking Supreme Court. But I really don't think it has to. I think it has to go to the point of, if you're a transgender person, what the fuck are you doing in these towns where you're being disrespected? Because that's how I feel right now. I would rather live in a town or a country that wears things like this. A lovely Scottish kilt, and the men wear fucking free-flowing clothes. They're not fucking obsessed with tight-fitting little penguin suits. They are interested in just living their lives. I'm not interested in anything that America really has to offer. I mean, the more I go about this, and the more they're like, do you want your money? Do you want your money? As they dangle it in front of me. I'll just say, that's for my lawyers to handle. I'm a big kid now. I'm a big kid now. My lawyer wants the fucking ka-ching off my fucking disability, my suffering, my pain. Every day I send a message to my lawyer of, this happened and it triggered me. This happened and it triggered me. This happened and I was violated. This happened and I was violated again. Every single time. Because you know what? It's annoying as fuck, but you're my lawyer. You're the one who's supposed to represent me. I want you to fucking bring up every single one of these incidents and say, you know what? That's a lot for anybody to deal with. If I had PTSD like this motherfucker did, I would be fucking in a nut house. I would be fucking crazy. I'd be climbing the fucking walls. If every time you went outside, there was a woman lurking in the fucking bushes, really? No, thank you. No, thank you. So I do have new music coming out. I do have my cover of Young the Giant, So Bad, by Amorosa. I have Demi Lovato. I've done Demi Lovato, I think, at least 3 or 4 times. I'd have to see. Because I know I did definitely Give Your Heart a Break. I've done All Night Long. And then I just last night did Camp Rock, This Is Me. And I know that this is like a really weird, non sequitur. It's not really an advertisement. It's just, I'm not going to do any more singing YouTube videos during this period because I'm just too upset. I'm too upset. I'll still sing, but I'm gonna sing for me right now. So if you really want to hear me sing again, you can listen to my voice warble, butcher those fucking songs. They're out on YouTube and Amazon and Apple and Tidal and all the rest. And hi Mac, hello, how you been? Glad to see you there. It's been a rough one. It's really been rough. because the end of the month is coming, and Trump is of this mindset of, you know what, we're gonna fact check all the veterans. I signed it as an executive order. I'm like, go ahead, because at this point the United Nations are gonna fucking fact check you and the rest of the American government for torture, and the Department of Justice has to investigate torture, because it is torture. Random people outside the building doing random things. Look, I can't control everybody. I can't assume everybody is an agent of chaos or something. But when I do have people try to break into my apartment, when I do have random women ring my doorbell and bang on my door, yeah, you know what? I do take offense to that. And I say, no matter what, PTSD for me is very real. And sometimes it does inflate, and I see that there's danger where there probably isn't. But when I am in my apartment, which my name is on, and they fucking pay money in my name, you better believe I'm gonna fucking call the Department of Justice, call the fucking police, if warrant be, that, hey, there's an issue here. Because now the Department of Justice has to look into, it does seem odd that women are going directly to this person's apartment to ring on the doorbell and bang on the door, and they have no reason to go there. So who are these women? Great, let me see your phone records. Okay. Were you paid? Let me see your bank records then. Were you paid to come to this disabled American veterans apartment to harass them? Let that be said in court. Because someone's got to take some responsibility for this. Either it is the American government in large doing this, at large. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just so angry. I just want to be left alone. I just want to be left alone. I haven't taken like a single breath during this whole tirade because I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do, except I have to leave. I have not a lease, because I'm out of the lease right now, but I do have an agreement with LACTA that, hey, year, 2 year, this place is mine. But these fucking nasty ass people are fucking sending women to harass me, to do a workaround, I have to leave my apartment. That's tenant interference. So yeah, I do actually have a case against that. And I do have a case against my landlord if I choose to pursue that. Because you can't have harassment against your own tenant. If these women are sneaking into the apartment to maybe see someone here, but then they end up in my apartment harassing me, then they just harassed me. I don't even fucking care about the other person. They harassed me. They're trespassing on me. Maybe not trespassing against the entire building, but they're trespassing against me. When they deface the area in front of my apartment, they're defacing my area. So yeah, harassment, that's legal. So the lawyers will handle this. As angry and as scared and as anxious as this makes me, gotta be the big kid and say, this is what we have lawyers for. And if my lawyer wants to collect on my pain and misery, they're gonna fucking do everything in their power to get this taken care of, all of it. So That is all. Just thought I would give an update and, let my fans know. I guess there's a few of you out there who like me. I'm trying to hold on. I'm trying to get myself well in, so I can be myself again. Maybe not the performer I know some of you want me to be, but maybe I could at least be myself. This is Countdown to Canada. My name is XIlyana. I want to thank everyone for coming by. Thank you, Jaden, for coming by. I appreciate you. Get the help that you need. Thank you, Mac. Appreciate the new people who came in here today. I look forward to seeing you on another podcast.